What's up? What's up? We black and we back, motherfucker. Yes, the Off the Dome podcast is back for another riveting topic. The Off the Dome podcast is brought to you by WNTV. That's Warren and Nuke, and Warren. Shout out to Nuke. Yes, that's us, and that's me. So yeah, y'all gotta deal with my asses. So whoever is off today, you know you gotta go to work tomorrow. And the people that's off, y'all just enjoy y'all day off, motherfucker. But anyway, yeah, I'm here bringing you some new and interesting topics for the week and some shit to talk about for the rest of the week and the rest of your day tonight if you listen. If not, then listen, motherfucker. You ain't doing shit else but sitting your ass on the couch, probably watching some bullshit TV. Some expensive ass cable that you're probably paying for. But anyway, I wanted to come and talk to you about LeBron James. Now, I will go on record and say I was partially wrong about a lot of LeBron James. I felt like he could speak up a little bit more, but after watching his series, the first episode of his series on HBO, The Barbershop, or whatever the fuck it's called, very good series so far. He talked about a lot of interesting things that most Caucasians are not privy to. And I wanted to talk to y'all tonight about Skip Bayless's response to it and how he was like, oh, I can't believe LeBron was speaking that way. Well, motherfucker, every nigga feel that way. God damn. I don't know why Caucasians act like we don't feel that way. Y'all know we feel that way. Y'all just want us to go to work and capitulate and bend the knee and act like everything is okay. I's gonna play basketball for yous, massa, and I's not gonna complain, and I's gonna be thankful for everything you've given me. That's how they feel, and that's what they want us to feel. But as soon as you do something wrong, y'all know what my saying is? Guilty, nigga. That's what my saying is. So don't ever get it twisted. And that's exactly how they look at y'all every single day, every step of the way. Everybody is surprised how LeBron was saying nigga and how they were explaining how they really feel and how LeBron felt like he could not trust Caucasians growing up because of the socialization and social engineering that he had obtained growing up as a kid. Most African Americans, is that what we calling it now? Or I like to call it melanated people. Yeah, we are taught not to really trust Caucasians, because it has been proven time and time again of what they have done to our people, melanated people, and railroad us and sabotage our success and set us up and put dope in your car and go to HR when you're working at your job and say you were hostile. And you already know what they say when you hostile. He's the angry black man or angry black woman, and you're automatically, what? Guilty, nigga. That's what it is. So now that LeBron has finally spoke his piece, I give him props. More props than I did before. I still would like to see him donate some money to Dr. Umar Johnson's school, but if he doesn't, that's okay, because what he's doing now with this series and speaking up on our behalf and how we feel and how we view white people is good enough for me at this point. I think it has been a tremendous victory on behalf of melanated people to have a guy of his magnitude do a series like that on HBO where Caucasians are now privy to how we really feel, because sometimes they don't like to hear us. They don't like to hear the typical nigga that they see every day, because they don't respect the typical melanated person they see every day. Oh, but when it's LeBron James, who makes millions, who is the what they call the pillar of the community, or the example that all black men should be like, and they hear him say nigga and how he didn't trust Caucasians, now they feel a little differently, and now their perspectives will probably change. And for all you melanated people that have to go to work, they might not even bring this subject up. And the reason why they won't bring it up, because that's how they really feel about us. And they don't want to see us through that lens of what LeBron is saying and how he's conveying the message. They want it to be where no sir, yes sir, ding cane sir. No, I don't say nigga, and I don't feel that way. I've trusted Caucasians and white people all my life because they are my savior. That's how they really want us to feel. But that isn't how we feel. And now that people like LeBron James and Draymond Green and other people have come out and spoken out, now let's see what type of topics and things they're going to talk about when you're at your corporation that you work for now. They probably won't even bring up the subject. What struck me very interesting about the series is how Draymond Green, the Golden State Warrior champion, said, everybody knows who we are. We just don't know who we are. I'll say it one more time. Draymond Green said, everybody else, all the other races, especially white people, know exactly who we are, but we don't know who we are. Snoop Dogg said the same thing. Why is that a sports player, a sports athlete is saying what most people need to hear? Why is it he would say that? Because he probably knows that white people do know who we are. And that is sad that Caucasians know who we are, but we don't know. It's time to wake up, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't tuned into that series on HBO, Barbershop Talk with LeBron, check it out. It is a great series already. And he's speaking on behalf of melanated people and how his perspective on dealing with Caucasians and what he's known for, and when he went to school and he just said, hey, I'm just here to hoop. And that he did not appreciate a Caucasian telling him, shut up and dribble. Because that's what they want us to do anyway. Just like when you're at work, for all you that work for a corporation and you are melanated, guess what they going to have you do? Shut up, nigga, and get to work. And if you have a rebuttal that they don't like, they will call HR, then it's guilty, nigga. And what I like and how much respect that I have for LeBron James now compared to a year ago has tremendously grown. And the reason why is because now he's putting it all on the table. And there's really nothing you can do. Whether he loses fan base or not, at this point, there's nothing you can do. Because the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers, oh, I forgot. It's Magic Johnson, another melanated brother, who is not going to not take that money that he already signed that contract with LeBron with. You know why? Because LeBron James is going to make the Lakers millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And since Magic Johnson is melanated, again, I'll say since Magic Johnson is melanated, I don't think LeBron and him will have those type of problems. Versus other GMs like Danny Ferry, who's made derogatory comments towards melanated people. So I'm proud to see our brother, LeBron James, making it known and clear how he has felt and how we've been discriminated against. He spoke on things like, you know what? As a celebrity, a melanated celebrity, you don't have that platform to say, no, I ain't signing no autographs, or no, I'm not taking no picture. But I like how he mentioned if it was Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, then it would just be, hey, give Aaron Rodgers a break. Give Tom Brady a break. He's the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football. But if LeBron James don't want to take a picture with you or a smile with you, oh, he's being a prima donna. Oh, he don't give a fuck about you. How dare he do that? Don't be proud, LeBron. You know, get your monkey ass on the court and dribble that fucking basketball, you fucking monkey. That's how they feel. And don't you ever forget it. $40 million slave, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they view us. Cam Newton says one thing wrong. Guilty, nigga. But Brett Favre and Ben Roethlisberger, they raping bitches left and right. Nothing happens to them. That's what happens when you have the protection for the complexion and they show you the affection. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. And don't you forget it. So tune into that series again because it is a great series. Already, I'm hooked. We need more people like that. I know growing up in the 80s and 90s, Michael Jordan never spoke up on any of black or melanated plight or how we're discriminated against. You know why? Because he's got his money. So he don't give a fuck about no niggas. Is that his duty at this point? Yes, you would think it would be, but Our melanated brothers and sisters are separated with money. Most races are separated with the resources. So for LeBron to know he's going to get slack and a lot of negative feedback from this series, and for him to still be vocal enough to say there's a discrepancy between white athletes and melanated athletes. And for him to speak with the vulgarity and for him to not hold no punches and just let it be known how he felt, brilliant. Other melanated people that are out there. All you melanated people that are out there. And when I say other, I mean a collective of other melanated people that are sports players. Take notes, because that's what we need. Watch how Caucasians view you after this. Most of them are not even going to want to talk about it at work, like I said before. They're going to act like it didn't even happen. And if they did see it, they'll lie and act like they didn't see it, that they didn't watch that series. You know why? Because most Caucasians don't want melanated people to have their perspective. They want your perspective to be, thank you so much, boss, for giving me this money. Now, let's just think about it. They want us to be thankful for the money and the opportunity that they've given us when this whole US of A, this United States of America Incorporated, was built off of black labor. But they want you to be happy for the opportunity that they've given you. And I'll say it one more time. I don't give a fuck who built the damn railroads. That's good that the Chinamen built the railroads. Hell, they watched us build everything else. So it's not a big deal to me that they built the railroads. If not, they would have just made a nigga build it anyway. So this is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want us to have a perspective. We can all learn something from LeBron. I tip my hat off to him, and I'm proud to say that he's a melanated brother, because most melanated brothers will not lose their sponsorship. Very, very, very intelligent of LeBron James to play these many years, make all that money, and at the tail end of his career, he's like, oh, and by the way, I say nigga, and I didn't trust white people. That's how you're supposed to do it. And that's how you should continue to do it. Now it's up to our other athletes that he might pass the baton to take it and run with it and not capitulate. Let's stand behind Colin Kaepernick. They are trying to literally squeeze him out of the NFL because he's kneeling for a purpose, for the injustices. Why would you kneel for a flag that has never showed any alliance or allegiance to you? Black people have fought in every war to defend this country, whether it was the Civil War, the North against the South, every war. We were always on the front line. And we don't want to stand for the national anthem because of Francis Scott Keys and his racist rhetoric of a song that he so-called was writing for the country. That was for Caucasians, because most Caucasians don't even know who the fuck Francis Scott Keys is anyway. But I do. And if you don't know who he is, look the name up, Francis Scott Keys, and look up the whole song of the national anthem, because that's what's important. Know exactly why he's kneeling and taking a stand. And don't just think, oh, he's going to mess up the money for everybody else. Oh, he's going to mess up all his money. Muhammad Ali messed up his money too, several times, because he spoke up for injustice. See, that was the Muhammad Ali they didn't like. They liked the docile Muhammad Ali that strayed away from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. Will you stray away, or will you stand for a purpose? I'm not saying going to a corporate America job and get to acting the fool and, oh, y'all got me fucked up, like I said before, and fuck you niggas. No, I'm not saying doing that. And then you emailing me talking about, oh, man, Warren, man, nigga, you got me fired, my nigga. And now what the fuck am I supposed to do, man? Get the fuck away from me with the bullshit, man. Damn. Like I said before, we have to have a little bit of LeBron James in us and plot and plan and strategically plan out what you plan on doing. Can't just go in there without a plan, because a vision without a plan is just an hallucination. LeBron James had a plan better than I even thought. because I was the main one not giving him no slack. Now I have to step back and say, you know what? This was on me. Sometimes we have to be patient. We're not patient enough with our athletes. The only thing I would like to see him do now is donate to Dr. Umar Johnson's school. But if he doesn't, he doesn't. But what he's done so far after watching that series has impressed me a whole lot. Because there are a lot of black athletes or melanated athletes that will not speak up for shit. Hell, it's a lot of rappers that won't even come out and speak up for shit. So remember that. When you go to work, the day or the next day, let's see if one of your Caucasian co-workers will bring up what LeBron James said on his barbershop talk on HBO. Most people will act like they didn't even say it like I said before, because this is exactly what they do. When you are calling them out to the floor, they don't want to hear that shit. Why the fuck would some Caucasians want to hear how fucked up they were? If you bring up slavery, the first motherfucking thing they say is, oh, well, Tyrone, it was just so long ago. You know, I wasn't there, and my great-grandparents, they didn't own slaves. If you are Caucasian in America, you are a direct beneficiary of black labor. And I'm going to hold you to it. And you are for the movement of white supremacy, because if you weren't for the system of white supremacy, you would be trying to replace it with a system of justice, which means you will be giving back some of those resources so my melanated brothers and sisters can go to college for free, so they can get trades and they can build up their economical base, and they can build up their family's economic platform, so they can have a forward movement as a melanated family, so our melanated families aren't living below the poverty line. As Two Nations, the book I'm reading, talks about now, how most, as they call it, African American family households, even both incomes together, average out to about $36,000 a year. Now, what the fuck can you do with that? As the Caucasian households, one income out of the Caucasian household, it starts at $50,000. So that's why they need to get back some of those resources. But if you talk to a Caucasian, they're going to say, oh, well, I'm not benefiting. I have to go to work just like you. But most Caucasians are one step away from being your supervisor. Most bums that are Caucasians are one step away from being your supervisor. Most panhandlers are one step away from being your supervisor if they're Caucasian. Most drug addicts that are Caucasian are one step away from being your supervisor. And don't you forget it. Racism and the system of white supremacy, it's all about resources and using those resources to manipulate, control, and oppress another group or race, which happens to be melanated people. That's why you can see your Latinos come and get their businesses and their barbershops and everything. And then we're so busy talking shit about them and being mad at them. But they're granted those wishes of doing everything because they know that most Latinos, and no disrespect to Latinos, they're not a threat like melanated people are, because we are the ones who built this country. Not Latinos, not Chinamen, not Caucasians, but melanated people. We're the ones who built the White House, the Washington Monument, all of that. Benjamin Banneker, you better look it up. As Harriet Tubman was using her Moorish science to heal slaves and soldiers. So she didn't just free the slaves and take them through the Underground Railroad. She was using her Moorish science to heal them. Remember that. Don't just look at her as just one thing as, oh, she was freeing the slaves. Get some books and read them. Know who you are. Know what you are about. Because it seems like LeBron James knows who he is. So if that don't wake y'all niggas up, I don't know what the fuck gonna wake you up. Watch the series again. I'll say it over and over again. That was a great episode. I bet you those Caucasians were like, oh, like Skip Bayless. Oh, I can't believe LeBron James said nigga. That N-word, what did Skip Bayless say? Oh, I couldn't even sleep. This was an unfiltered LeBron James. No, because they want everybody to be like Michael Jordan. When they interviewed Michael Jordan, oh, the game of basketball was a very good game of basketball because the game of basketball, that's all that motherfucker could ever say. The game of basketball, the game of basketball. But he never spoke up for black plight, and he don't give a fuck about no niggas. When they was killing niggas in Chicago for his shoe, you think he would lower the price and say, you know what? We gonna start giving Jordans away because this is bullshit. Man, that nigga don't give a fuck. And he has been out the league almost, what, 15, 16, 17 years? And don't plan on speaking up for black plight. Remember that. Remember when you go to work every day, they don't want you to have, the Caucasians, white people don't want you to have an opinion on anything. And you better not have a great idea because most likely they will steal it. Because that's what they do. Back in the day, in the slave days and post-slavery, what would happen is melanated people would invent all these illustrious things and come up with all these different inventions. But it wasn't who invented it. It was whoever could get to the patent office first. And guess what? Caucasians had all the resources at the time, so they would take any inventions that melanated people would come up with, and they would take it to the patent office, and it would be their invention. Like how Henry Ford is responsible, so people think, for the first automobile, but it's actually a black man. Henry Ford is responsible for mass production of the automobile. But you see how they like to have the trickery and the fuckery in wordplay and how they do it? Remember, Caucasians, for the most part, are going to show you who they are. Now, they are very strong, opinionated Caucasians that are confident, that are not with that racist shit, and they will probably give back their resources and replace the system of white supremacy with a system of justice. But it's very few of them. The majority of them will tell you, oh, Tyrone, my best friend is black. My cousin dates a black guy. You know, I even fucked a black bitch once or twice. I'm not racist. I love you monkeys. That's how they think. Remember that. And if you're around them long enough, they will show you who they are and what they are about. And don't you forget it. Because I don't. I will never forget it. That's why you have to read, ladies and gentlemen. And you have to know what you read and know what you're reading it about. Know why you're reading it. Know what it's about. Know what the fuck is going on. Know exactly why you're reading the shit. To gain knowledge. Because the more you read, the more knowledge you'll have, and the more your mind will be free. And you'll understand what this system of racism is all about. Because it is a system and you cannot fight it by yourself. And stop having meritorious manumission, ladies and gentlemen. If LeBron James could have a series where he's discussing how he felt about white people, then that should let us know that, damn, if LeBron's doing it, then goddamn, I should be able to have a different mentality too. Stop going on a job and making friends with these Caucasians, and then outside of work, you're afraid to speak your mind. Don't hang out. If you can't speak your mind outside of work without being blasphemous or being disrespectful and a Caucasian taking it the wrong way, then they're not your friend. Because most Caucasians are very aware of how this system of white supremacy works. They're just playing stupid, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all they're doing. And remember that. By now, every Caucasian knows what the system of white supremacy does and how it helps them. And it's a beneficiary for them. It's a very big benefit, for them. It is. And they are the beneficiaries of the system of white supremacy. So any Caucasian or white person that acts like they're not, they are lying to you because they will not give back their resources at all. And most Caucasians, they know this. And I want you to know this. Hey, it's been great. It's been good. Watching that show, watching that series. For all you motherfuckers that got to get up and go to work, take your motherfucking ass to work. Stop being lazy because on payday, that shit gonna hurt. Stop acting like you ain't got to go to work. Because you know you got to go to work. Remember that. We all do. And everybody's one paycheck away from being homeless. I don't give a fuck who they are and how many cars they got and what Teslas they have. Remember that. So if LeBron can speak up, you can too. Check us out, the No Way Out podcast on YouTube. And the email is NOWAYOUTLV@gmail.com. Again, NOWAYOUTLV@gmail.com. It's been lovely. You know what my saying is? If you've been doing some shit you ain't supposed to be doing and you melanated, you know what my saying is. Guilty, nigga. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed. I'm out. Peace.